So it is good to be back. This is the last night of the tour. Good to be back in Glasgow. Good to come back to Glasgow because you can speak. You know, when you travel with a Scottish accent, it's kind of hard. Nobody understands anything you're saying. No, I've done a few TV shows. I'm a pretty fucking big deal. You know? I'm serious news. No, I've done a few TV shows. And you've got a Scottish accent on the telly, you need to try and enunciate and use proper English, but it's hard to find the right balance, because no matter how hard you try to enunciate and use proper English, there's still somebody from Leamington Spa. Saying, we saw you on the television. I didn't quite understand everything you were saying. Didn't quite catch it. Something a bit over my head. Your accent is really quite strong. You've got a really thick Scotch accent. Didn't quite catch everything you said. Whilst there's somebody in Scotland saying, we seen you on the telly talking like a fucking bender. Care to explain yourself? It's when you travel down south and you tell people you're from Glasgow, they get quite excited. They go, Glasgow, yeah, it's really quite rough, isn't it? Really violent, yeah. You kind of get proud. And you go, oh, aye, oh, aye. Yeah, a lot of tough guys. Oh, aye, a lot of tough guys. Yeah. And they visit the place and they're a bit disappointed. You know, we're trying to get away from the stereotypes. We've got a new promotional tourist campaign called Glasgow, Scotland with Style. Everybody's seen the posters. It's one of these kind of homogenised posters of people supposed to be the new face of Glasgow. People with names like Nathan. Every major city advertises the happy people like Nathan, and it's this guy's in the poster, Nathan, sales assistant, proud Glaswegian. I don't think a sales assistant called Nathan is a fair representation of any major city. I think major cities should play up to their stereotypes on the billboards, advertising your city, show them real people like wee mental Davy. Apprentice joiner. Father of 6. Davy's there in the billboard with the 6 kids all tucked into the one tracksuit. A Lacoste tracksuit, and only the best for these kids. They're all dressed up for their granny's 30th. You've got the 6 kids, you've got Keanu, you've got Sigourney. Destiny, that's a new one I heard. Destiny. Imagine naming your daughter after the nightclub she was conceived in. I was on a bus up here about 6 months ago, and a guy got on. He put his money in. The bus driver said, how much is that? And the guy said, it's £1.70. How? In Glasgow, how means why. I don't know why that is. You don't say £1.70, why? You say £1.70, how? You don't ponder why, you demand how. He said £1.70, how? And the driver said, well, it's £1.85 for a single. And the guy said, it was £1.70 yesterday, you fucking dick. Classic negotiation tactics. But the driver held his nerve and he said, well, it's £1.85 today, you fucking dick. It was good. So on public transport, you see a battle of the wits, like this. And the guy just lost it. He said, £1.85. I don't want to buy the fucking bus. He's doing that sort of appealing for witnesses. And it's scary, the world. Right? I feel for parents in there. I reckon it must be one of the most challenging times in history to raise a child. Right? I look at my own dad. He's recently turned 70, right, which is impressive in the west of Scotland. Right, exactly. That's good shooting in Glasgow, 70. You need to give the card shop a bit of notice in parts of this city. If you're looking... You need to let them know well in advance if you're looking for a 70th birthday card. A 70th? I can do your 40th and a 30th, mate. Is that any good? We got any Americans in the room? Just one guy doing a shite accent. I don't normally come to Glasgow, the Americans. They visit Edinburgh and they come. Got any Edinburghers? Whatever they're called. Big boo for Edinburghers. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I've never really heard the term Edinburghers. Now when you hear a conversation, I don't mean this in a disparaging way. You hear a conversation in Scotland, there's a Invernessian, an Aberdonian, a Dundonian, a Glaswegian, and a cunt for Edinburgh. It's true though, you never hear Edinburghers, it's cunt for Edinburgh, that's what they're called. Good to see we've got a few cunts for Edinburgh, made it through. I love the Americans in Edinburgh, I love them, they're enthusiastic, not up at Edinburgh Castle, the Americans thinking it's a high school. Because they hear gunshots every lunchtime. I'll kick your cunt in. That is how progressive and liberal a city Glasgow actually is. Summed up in that sentence. What a gender-neutral sentence that actually is. The equality. We are the fucking trailblazers of gender equality. Women have said that to men in this city for decades. You can watch the football, Stephen, but if you come to this restaurant drunk, I swear to God, I'm going to kick your cunt in. We are the trailblazers of trans rights, this city. we had a bit of racial animosity in this city, in Glasgow, when we get our terrorist attack. Remember that? Glasgow airport, we got our own little terrorist attack. Pretty proud of that. Kind of put us on the map. Islamic fundamentalists attacked New York, Madrid, London, and then Glasgow. We were fucking flattered. My dad had a tear in his eye. It's a proud day, son. That's us on the telly. Look, I've been there. I've parked there.